Well, we're back over here, and let's see. We are going to be heading northwest. This is where I cut off previously, you might remember. Come on, marker. And let's zip on over there, shall we? And here we are at the northwestern edge of the district. This is right by the front gate, as you'll see in a minute. And we got an archer over there. He might spot us climbing. So, let's handle this guy. There we go. Oh, well, that's over with. Now, let's climb up here and get a lay of the land. We can see exactly where we need to head to. Come on. We're not the hard part yet. The domed building on the ground right in front of us is a rather particular landmark we'll be seeing throughout this. That one right there. Let's see. The Assassin's Guild is right where we were with the hay. Well, back I go, I guess. Okay, there's one thing to remember about the Assassin Guilds. They'll have this little dome up top as a marker, right by where you climb down. Well, let's go ahead and meet with the Rafik and find out what to do next.
Ah, Altair. A little bird told me you'd be paying a visit.
Al-Mualim has ordered the execution of Garnier de Naplouse, and so here I am. What can you tell me about him?
He is the Grand Master of the Knights Hospitaller, and surely keeps his quarters in their district. Beyond that, I cannot say. I suggest you search the city. See what you can learn from the people.
Tell me where they gather and I'll see what I can find.
The public gardens north of here, or what's left of them, are as good a place as any to begin. There's an abandoned market northwest as well that merits watching. And Maria of Jehoshaphat's church to the west remains a popular meeting place. These three locations should be sufficient for your needs.
I appreciate the information, Rafik. It will be put to good use.
See that it is.
Well, first things first, let's head back to that first viewpoint. Yeah, we got something to hammer down over here, a little bit of eavesdropping. Uh-oh. Well, this is kind of embarrassing. On the way over here, I kind of raised a bit of a ruckus. Now watch closely here. Watch closely here, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's the other follow-up that I mentioned last time. The knee snapper. Yeah, the poor guy's still alive. Oh, I feel awful. Oh well. Let's go spy on these people. We're right here by the front gate where we rushed in previously.
You hear about Elaine?
The archer who guards the eastern wing?
Poor bastard's brother caught an arrow in the throat. Doubt he'll last the night.
How can he continue to work knowing what's to come?
He visits his brother often, so I cover for him when I can.
You aren't there now.
No. I've family business of my own to attend to.
Then he'd best hope the doctor doesn't learn of his desertion.
He won't. Long as you stay silent.
Don't worry. Your secret's safe with me.
Well, for now, let's just head from viewpoint to viewpoint. The next one's going to be south. Those guys you saw there with the white crosses are our resident bad guys. They're called the Hospitaliers. At least in this, that's what they're called. They had a bunch of different names and pronunciations. There is Hospitalers, Hospitalier, Hospitaliers. There's also the Knights of Malta, the Knights of Rhodes, and the Order of St. John. More on them later, of course. For now, I waited out this archer so I could do this. Now then, you can see the north gate from here, and that domed building. Now then, our next destination. A little ways further south of here, or southwestish to some degree, we're going to come across an abandoned marketplace. This used to be pretty bustling, but then you had the lengthy siege that took place, and then the fact that the Crusaders came in and pretty much ripped down anything that wasn't of their culture. So you're left with just a city completely in ruins, and a previously populated marketplace is just abandoned. Now then, southwest we go. Now, as you'll see, it's not too busy around here. Oh, and here's a Hospitalier flag. Now then, let's give this guy a bit of a surprise. Oh, come on. Asshole. Whoa. Ragdolls. Okay, so we're here at our next viewpoint. Let's go ahead and take a gander. Come on. Yeah, that's an abandoned market, all right. Now, just east of here, that's the place that Saint Mary de Josaphat that the Rafik was mentioning. But first, let's talk to this guy.
Altair, he's after me. He saw me. He will kill me, and my wife and children. Oh, what a mess. Have you come to end my misery? No. Al-Mualim has more compassion than I thought. Could you help me then? A knight of the Hospitalier is after me. If you could eliminate him, you would do a fellow a real honor. I've been here in Akkar since the Crusaders were laying siege. I can give you important information in return.
Well, let's see here. This is one of the little side mission type things. And we have to hunt down this guy, kill him, not get spotted. Pretty straightforward for now. Now let's just take a stroll over here, and there's our guest of honor. Hey, how you doing? Alright, nothing to see here, just moving along. Now, back over here.
It's done. He's dead. Oh, I am extremely grateful. So, here is what I know about Garnier de Naplouse, Grand Master of the Hospitalier. Garnier let his patients roam the halls of his fortress. No one, save scholars, may enter his personal workspace, and the rooftops are guarded by archers. I'm sure this information will help deliver Garnier to the gates of hell.
Well, that's done with. Now we can head eastward to that church from before. Okay. Oh, here's a Hospitalier flag. Just for posterity. Got a guy over here we gotta deal with. We want to get to the roof of the church.
Die!
No.
You'll never get away! Here!
Well,
he's over
let's
here.
try out a new move. Hey, buddy, your shoe's untied. I got it, don't worry. Now then. Saint Mary de Josaphat, or de Josaphat, whichever. Just make a leap to the scaffolding there, and we're golden. So, more about the Hospitaliers. They answer only to the Pope. So, for all intents and purposes, they could act with some degree of impunity, although they were formed to lend aid to pilgrims and open hospitals in the region. In fact, they were actually chosen by the Holy Roman Emperor Barbarossa to be his personal guard when he was attending to the Crusades. Of course, it didn't work out well for him because he still died in the end. What he died from? Well, it wasn't a Saracen, I'll tell you that. Just a moment. About Emperor Barbarossa. One day he decided to go for a swim. Unfortunately, he was in full armor. You can guess how that ended. He drowned. Of course, that's in real history. There's another interpretation of this, which happens in the Assassin's Creed world. We'll get to that in a moment.
None are nearly so gifted as the good surgeon who leads the hospital. Soon, my friends, soon the good doctor will attend to your needs. Be patient. Hold hope close. There are many in need of aid, and only one of him. He works tirelessly to serve and save, but these things take time.
It's clobbering time.
Mercy, mercy, don't kill me. I'll do anything you want.
You serve Garnier?
He makes me say these things to keep the people from revolting, to give them hope and make them eager for his touch.
Tell me everything you can about the man.
Yes, of course. I know what happens within, what he really does.
Go on.
Not sick, not wounded when they enter, but once he's got his hands on them, then the pain begins.
He's no healer then. Just a sick, cruel man.
I don't know what it is he does to make them cry so loud, but it must be stopped before more are made to suffer. Will you stop him?
It's why you still live.
He is cautious. You must pick the proper time. Go to him when he attends to the patients. He forgets the world around him, becomes lost in his work. Yes, strike then.
I thank you for the information.
Then you'll let me go?
Would that I could.
Now then, after that unsavory little bit right there, and an interview with the rather infamous lady over at Ubisoft, she mentioned, oh yes, we're going to be going northeast here. She mentioned that Altair lost his finger in his initiation mission to become a master assassin, which doesn't match up with what we know of the backstory behind the ring. Finger being lost, I mean. Now, thing is, she also mentioned in that same interview that his initiation target was none other than Emperor Barbarossa. Ah, so satisfying. But yeah, the dates line up with roughly when Barbarossa was killed. He died in 1190, I think, and that was meant to be about a year preceding this. So it lines up. So even if the finger thing is bogus, I like to think that... Uh-oh. I like to think that's how it happened in this world, that he did kill Barbarossa. It's quite neat. And moving on, gotta dive. Time to run. Or apparently not. Go to the hay. Now then, that right there, and this right here, is what remains of a souk. You'll notice the design is very similar to what we saw in Damascus. Just like the general marketplace, it's empty. And let's skip inside.
So what you got there?
Rubbish. Them had no coin to speak of, just some damn tube. All I found was a bit of paper with these nonsense scratchings.
Them's not nonsense, but words and letters.
Why is a man putting words and letters in a tube? It's a waste of tube, if you ask me.
Must be important. Give it here, and I'll have a look.
Like you helped last time. I ain't letting you steal this.
Well, ain't you clever? Have fun with it, then.
You may wonder why I skipped straight inside like this. Well, there is an alternate way in that I've read about. I didn't spot it on first glance, but alternatively you take out the 2 pairs of guards at either end and you can get inside here. That's what I went with, and the fight was pretty uneventful, so I just cut it out. Now then, let's head back outside. We're gonna be going east to this tower over here. But first, let's camp just outside the north entrance on the high ground. Just a better look of the souk proper. Its design isn't identical to what we saw in Damascus, but it's pretty close. And this is where we are for reference. And you can see the tower over there, the guard tower. And you can see the church over there just off to the right center. Now, there are a lot of structures that were of Muslim design that were destroyed, and there's another over here. That is our next viewpoint. This is a ruined minaret tower.
Just as it was meant to be.
Pretty distinctive.
Be strong, stand firm. Do not give up. Without our support, Richard and his men cannot hope to free the Holy Land. We must do all we can to aid them in their cause. Tend to your fields. Provide aid to the wounded.
Piss off.
Pray for those who sacrifice in service to the Lord. We must
Thank you.
all do our part.
In a moment, we'll be heading north toward the gardens that the Rafik mentioned. But that's coming up still a little further. Over there, you can see the church. Over still, well, it's zeroing in the church again. You can also see the squared guard tower somewheres over there. That dome building just off left center. Now then, we've got a pickpocket just on the ground level, just a tad north of here. So let's get this out of the way.
Stay. Strong citizens, remain fixed in
I need this dealt with now. The ropes are eaten through with rot and must be replaced. If we wait any longer, we risk an accident.
I understand, but what of the houses I'm supposed to repair?
Never mind the citizens. What do they do anyway but cry and complain? It's the knights who sacrifice that the rest of us might live in peace.
But they've nowhere to go, and the rains will come soon.
I won't warn you again, boy. Do as you're told or you'll find yourself in irons.
Yes, sire.
First, sensible words out of your mouth. You've got the plans, now get to work.
Oh, I don't want to steal from this guy. He's just having a bad day. It's about to get a whole lot worse. I'm sorry. Yoink. Now then, we've got a little neat triangle formation of viewpoints up ahead here. Let's see. The first one is just out here to our right along the street. The other one's to the left. Let's take the one on the right first. Should be a pretty quick climb.
God watches over you. It is his hand that guides our warriors to victory.
Go away, go away, go away, go away. And seems as the edge of the zone. Too many guards. I don't want to try climbing up here. So let's head around. And a little bit of a fight on the backside. Hey! Uncalled for.
Fight down! Can't run forever!
Is he trying to murder you? How did you do that? You won't get away from me! I'm catching up to you! Heathens, you'll pay dearly!
Thank you. Thank you. I'll find a way to repay this kindness, I swear it.
Right here, we are on the north side of the street we were just at previously. Should be able to scale this side without drawing any attention from the guards. Go ahead and climb here, and go ahead and climb this. Whoa! Hey, no, down, down. Bad guard.
Oh, so now you think hiding like a rat can save you? I see it! You're done for! Just give up!
Oh, for Christ's sake.
I can hear you breathing.
Come on, come on.
Get him!
Okay. Time to climb. Apparently not. Okay. Once again. Time to climb. I want to go around the corner. Let me go. It won't let me. It appears I've got to go around to the opposite side. How exciting. So, just on the other side. Now, we got the gardens just north of us, and as I sweep across, you can pick out the landmarks. The dome building, the church. We'll get to that one later. But the church, the tower, and the dome building just to the right center. There it is. Now, moving on. Ignore this marker. I get turned around up here, and I end up heading to this one first. You were saying? Let's knock this one out while we're here. Just along the street we were just on. You can see the dome building just there. The tower. Now, just gotta head into the garden up here to the northeast. And then we can sweep to the west and get the last two places. Oh. And here's one of the Crusaders. Or the Templars. Let's make this interesting. I knew I'd get it someday. He was taunting me, so one shot. But let's move ahead to the garden over here where we were heading originally. A little bit of information about Garnier de Naplouse in this. He's actually based on somebody named Garnier de Nablus. Only in name and rank, though. Garnier, in real life also, was Grand Master of the Hospitalier. Go away.
Please, sir, have any money?
Desynchronization be damned. Back off. Anyhow, Garnier was based on someone very real, although the real one wasn't quite as batshit insane.
Leave, peasant.
Yeah, whatever. Anyhow, the real Garnier took part in the Battle of Arsuf, which takes place about a week or less after where we are right here, I'm guessing. He was actually, as some folks say, he was pivotal in the victory. He essentially led a charge without King Richard's permission. Hey, go away, bird. Go away. My perch. As I was saying, he forced a charge without King Richard's permission. Richard had to follow suit so he wouldn't break rank. It caught the Saracens off guard, and it ended up scattering the forces. So it all worked out. Now then, we've got another little side quest type thing down here. A very annoying one. I hate these sorts of things.
If it isn't Altair, remember me? No? I learned my craft at the same time as you. Still no memories of me. Doesn't matter. Al-Mualim has charged me with a mission that I am honored to perform. I must test you. What a pleasure. I have hidden flags in this area. Find them and return to me. Be quick. It is such a shame that the old man insisted that I must help you if you succeed.
Well, it seems Al's got a few buddies. How about that? Anyhow, collect the flags, follow the radar. Radar can be a little inaccurate at times. And I know you don't want to watch 3 minutes of this. So, how about that? We just skipped ahead in time. Right to the very end of it. No, it's not hay time.
Back. I'm impressed. Not enough to change my mind about you, but since Al-Mualim commands, here is what I know about your next target. Garnier hides in the Hospitalier Fortress. Getting into the fortress will require cunning. That's all I have for you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Jerk.
Please, sir, have any money? A few coins, all I have.
Does he really have a...
Now, further down here, we're going to come across another annoyance. Look at this guy very close that I'm coming up on up ahead here. Oh, gonna set a waypoint for this southernmost viewpoint. Watch this guy. He is a troublemaker, and as you can see, he lives up to his name. They will push and shove and cause a huge, huge disturbance. Very annoying. And they're everywhere here because they're the product of Garnier's tests, so to speak. But let's skip ahead to the tower. Ah, yes. No, that's not how it's done. Ignore the edit. I had to pause. Now then, while we're in a blind spot, let's handle this. We'll have a hay pile, so to speak, on the ground level. So let's get this over with and we can hide. We are just outside the Hospitalier Fortress. You can see the dome right there at the northwestern end. Now then, our last viewpoint is actually right on top of there. So let's mosey on over. We're on the eastern wall. Just climbing up here, and we'll take out the archers and sneak our way up. And of course, blend can make some bits of this stupidly easy. Now then, just a little bit more. We're going to have to deal with our adoring fans, so to speak, before we can do much climbing. Otherwise, they'll just swat us right off the tower.
Assassin! There's an assassin here! Die, heathen! You have no business here. Leave.
Alright, I'll just leave and leave those corpses where I found them. Let's climb up a smaller tower beside it so we can deal with this guy. Hey, how's it going? Okay, now we can finally climb and synchronize. Oh, I was here first, bird. Go away. And with that, we are all done with this. Time to head back to the Assassin's base and get around to stabbing time. Well, off we go.